Hello, this is AHS News here. Don't mind the noise, that's the fan in the background. I'm in a very hot room. But anyways, we're talking about the possibility of there being two separate alien races inhabiting Earth. I'm not talking about real life, I'm talking about an American Horror Story. That is a whole different video if it's in real life. But anyways, so basically, in Double Feature, we've come to understand that there's two alien races in that season. We're going to call them the Greys, and then there's reptilians, which are basically humanoids that have the ability to change their appearance. I mean, look at Henry Kissinger in that show. What I find interesting is the Double Feature aliens look completely different than the Asylum aliens, which is, if you remember, are like spider-like creatures, but in the Double Feature, they're more humanoid in appearance with like this green skin, but there's also like a bit of patches of flesh. So what is that? I think they're not actually pure aliens. I think that if this is the same race as in Asylum, we can basically assume that these aliens that appear in Double Feature are not the actual aliens, but rather products of human hybridization. Keep in mind, Theta is an employee at Area 51, yet she is not a perfect hybrid. I mean, look at her. She looks like she's one of the missing links between humans and aliens. But I think there are I think the reason they keep certain hybrids alive is because strictly to use as lesser employees. They're basically there's a caste system of these things. We got the OG pure alien, and then we got the hybrids. That's what I think. I think the aliens we've seen Double Feature are hybrids. Also keep in mind that the aliens that abducted people, they are shown to have tentacles. And last I checked, there's also a possibility that the aliens in Asylum also had tentacles. But all I have to say is, maybe there's another alien race out there. Maybe the Death Valley aliens aren't the only aliens we have to worry about. Maybe it's the Asylum aliens are a completely different race. We don't know. As for what the Asylum aliens were doing, I think they were experimenting on the human fetus. So keep in mind, the linear timeline is this. Aliens start abducting people. They make a treaty with Dwight Eisenhower that in exchange for technology, they are allowed to abduct like 1,000 people a year. And one of these abductees is Kit Walker and Alma Walker. Keep in mind, Alma is already pregnant. She's already pregnant with Kit's kid. But it's in the early stages of development. So they begin experimenting. And one of these experiments is altering the intelligence and abilities of the human fetus. Same thing happens to Grace Bertrand. And they re-abduct Kit because they've grown a fondness for him. As for Pepper, I think that the aliens saw something in Pepper. They saw potential that was being wasted due to her lack of intelligence. And Ryan Murphy confirmed that Pepper did not actually die, but was re-abducted by the aliens. So most likely she was either taken to Area 51 or she was one of the caretakers of the alien hybrids on the mothership. Which I think I would love to see the mothership. I said it before, I'll say it again. Death Valley needed more episodes. If it did, we would have seen so much. We wouldn't have actually seen the aliens in all their glory. We do know they have tentacles, but I honestly believe that Pepper is. I don't know which is true. I don't know if the multiple alien race theory is true, or perhaps the aliens have a sense of false benevolence. Because Grace and Alma had two different beliefs on the aliens. Alma believed that they were malevolent, while Grace believes they're benevolent. And it's obvious now we know that they're malevolent beings. So, I think we need, if Pepper ever comes back, it should be in American Horror Stories. Because let's face it, the original series is not going to touch on aliens, at least not for a long time. So, I think the best course of action would be to have a stories episode where somebody's abducted to a mothership and Pepper's just chilling in the background, or even, like, taking care of the alien hybrid babies. And maybe we'll even see Kit. Oh, Idea for American Horror Stories. If you ever will do an Alien episode, have it centered around Kit and Alma and Grace's children. And they get re-abducted by aliens as they're planning their end game at this point. And Pepper's back there, and so is Kit. Kit reunites with his children. Pepper reunites with the children as well. But they begin to realize, hey, these aliens are not benevolent; they are malevolent. They're planning to kill. So basically, though the group of humans prevent the alien apocalypse. Either make that an American Horror Stories episode or make that a whole fucking season, Ryan. Come on, I want this. I'm pretty sure it would be awesome, just the entire episode or season taking place on the mothership. And I know it's not technically in America, but they're Americans. Bad shit always happens to Americans. Do you think that the aliens from Asylum are the same in Death Valley? And do you think that if aliens are to return, do you think that Kit, his children, and Pepper should return to stop the alien apocalypse? Let me know in the comment section below. This has been AHS News signing out. Hopefully you're not one of those thousands of abductees. Otherwise you won't be able to watch us. I don't know if they have internet in there. Do they? Now I'm curious. If you are watching this in the public or even in Area 51, stay safe out there. And remember, try not to get pregnant. Because you could end up having your neck torn out by an evil fetus.